And now, Giant Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Giant Sports Talk Live here on this Monday. Monday or Tuesday? Oh, what are we on? Monday, February 24th, 2025. Glenn will be joining us here momentarily. He is on a bus ride coming back from the Jets and Sharks game. Guess it went into overtime, and the Jets were able to pull it out. They won 2-1 over the Sharks earlier this evening. So he is on his way back, and then we'll talk some more Giants. Hopefully everyone's having a great night tonight. Yeah, not too bad. Beautiful day in the Central Valley. Man, temperature is starting to rise. It's starting to get really nice out there. Able to actually open up some damn windows. Yeah, how about that? Bogser, yes. Tom Murphy. You know, I do that for a joke, right? It's a joke, but there's some truth to that, right? Where is Tom Murphy? Well, the reports are coming in that he has a herniated disc in his back, and he's going to be out. And I think they said weeks. He's going to be out for weeks. Whatever that, who knows? Who knows how long that can last? It sucks, but more to this though, right? Before we even get to talk about who is going to be the backup catcher, or who would you like to see as the backup catcher, let's take a little trip down memory lane. How did the Giants wind up with said Tom Murphy? Yes, Rick, it's absolutely beautiful. 100%, dude. It's awesome. Okay, so how did we get to this point? What's up, Jason? They decided to move off of Joey Bart, right? Wasn't that the whole thing? Farhan, I guess, had seen enough of Joey Bart. I don't know who else was behind it. Obviously, the decision's got to come down to Farhan. They had seen enough of Joey Bart. They sent him backing, and they signed a 2-year deal to the one Tom Murphy. What was it? 2-year deal, $8 million, $4 million per year, right? They were trying to upgrade the backup catcher for Patrick Bailey. And unfortunately, Joey Bart, I guess, just didn't cut the mustard, even though when they shipped him off to Pittsburgh, he sufficed himself, right? I thought he did a pretty good job with the Pittsburgh Pirates. New scenery. Who know? You know how they are. I don't know if that's just a cliche. Maybe they just gave him a chance. Maybe that was what allowed Joey Bart to have a little bit of success in Pittsburgh. But yeah, that's how he wound up with Tom Murphy. And of course, last year, they barely got 2 months into the season. He winds up blowing out his knee in that rain game in Philadelphia. Never to see him again. Never to see him again. So, yeah, I mean, look, it's $8 million. It's not a whole lot of money, right? But when you're like Farhan and you're doing these type of moves, it's just bad. It's just bad. The odor is still lingering of what Farhan did with his organization. It's a shame, really, right? They should have got rid of him earlier. I mean, we could talk about this over and over. I know people there's no love loss, but that's how we wound up with Tom Murphy. And unfortunately, he's been he hasn't He hasn't really come through. Even at $4 million a year, I mean, has he hasn't earned it. I mean, yes, it's injury. I get it, but it's a little bit weird. What's up, Paul? So backstory of this type of injury, recovery could take up to 2 to 8 weeks, but could take up to 6 months. Yeah, I mean, herniated discs are no joke, man. When you start messing around with your back, yeah, Glenn will be around. He's coming back from the Jets and Sharks game in Winnipeg. But when you start getting injuries with your back, look, it could take a while to heal. It may not, and sometimes you just can't even recover. I mean, the backs are tricky, man. I got a bad back. It's not fun, but yeah, if you get a herniated disc, who knows? I mean, I don't know if it's something that he's going to have to go under the knife. Maybe they just give him some time off. I don't know what his workload consisted of for him to get that herniated disc. I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully, he was working out in the off season to kind of just build his body up. Maybe not necessarily focused on the back, but, you know, the core. If you're going to be a catcher, right, your core has to be strong. So if your core is strong, then your back should be okay. So who knows? We're talking about Tom Murphy, Sr. Tom Murphy. But yes, Fitzgerald also has a bad back, but I don't think it's as serious as it's not as serious as Tom Murphy. So we'll see what's going to happen now. Opens the door for a couple of guys, right? Looks like there's going to, I mean, they already said that there was going to be a competition for the backup. It looked like it was going to be Tom Murphy for the simple fact that he's on the roster and they're paying him a lot of money, right? So more than likely he was going to be the backup, but there's also a competition to be the backup to the backup. And the two guys, and I got them in the thumbnail, Sam Huff, who they picked up from Texas, and Max Stassi, who they also picked up in the offseason as well. So looks like, yeah, catcher with back problems is not very good, is it, Roberto? Chris Bryant. Oh, great. Yes. Chris Bryant has a chronic bad back. Mike Trout has some type of issue with his back that is chronic. Oh, you remember third baseman for the Mets? How come I can't remember his name? He had to end his career fairly early too because he had a bad back. They called him the captain. Who was the third baseman for the Mets? How come I'm drawing a blank here? Oh, I can't remember. Someone in the chat figure it out for me. Appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, when you get a back, man, again, depending on how serious it is, you could be done. David Wright. Thank you, Roberto. David Wright. That's the guy, the Captain America. I think they actually called him. Again, he was a great baseball player. Again, the back did him in. Mike Trout having to deal with the back. Chris Bryant isn't the same player because of his back. Now, I mean, it is just Kershaw. Yes, Rick. Kershaw has issues with his back. So again, we're going to have to keep an eye on this, but we could take a look. Yeah. I saw that, Cole, about Canario. Yeah, Canario got DFA'd. They didn't have any room for him, so maybe they're going to make a deal to get rid of him somewhere. But it's Sam Huff and Max Stassi. Okay, guys, who do you guys want to see? Anyone in particular? Is there any guy out there that you really want to see as the backup? Look, because here's the deal. How many games do you think Patrick Bailey goes? What would be the optimal? I mean, how about this? What do you think he should do is probably better than what we would like to see. You know what I'm saying? Because yes, we would like to see him play a lot more, but it seems like he doesn't have the ability at this time to go deep into the season. Let's look at this in 2020. Nope, I don't want this. Yeah, I guess that is it. Yeah, last year, 2024, he played in 97 games, and again, he did spend some time on the IL because he has issues with getting concussed. So he was on the IL. So, I mean, that happens. But how many games Rick says 102 games for Bailey. Okay, so that tells me you got to have 60 games that has to be made up by the backup catcher, and then of course, even when Patrick Bailey is playing, there could be a chance maybe he has some type of injury, or maybe it's a blowout game and you just want to rest him. You're going to have that backup come in. So we're talking around 60 games for the backup catcher. So it's gonna be important, right? No doubt about it. I mean, having a backup catcher for the San Francisco Giants is pretty damn important for the simple fact Patrick Bailey hasn't shown the propensity to be able to go deep. Maybe it changes this year. We don't know. Maybe he changed his workout routine, the way he prepares for a season. I don't know. We'll see. But I think it's better safe than sorry. Hey, let's see how he does. If he could spare him, let's spare him. If not, well, we'll see what happens. So if 102, so what if he goes 120 games? That's still, you're still talking 42 games that the backup catcher has to catch. So it's pretty significant. So who do you guys like? I know Sam Huff, he's really known for his bat, right? Max Stassi, what is he known more for? Anyone got some background on Max Stassi? I know he's the pride of Yuba City. When I was stationed at Beale, the Stassis were always talked about in the paper. They have a little, I don't even know if they consider that club, but they got like a little independent club called the Gold Sox, the Marysville Gold Sox. And I know the father, Max Stassi, and his brother, they all were like on the same. Of course, the father coached him, and I think he coached him in high school, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, the Stassis are well known there in the Marysville and the Yuba City area. Cole says Max Stassi is great at defense. Great, he says. Well, okay, that's going to be interesting then. That will be interesting. If I'm not mistaken, I think Max Stassi, he caught Verlander, right? The High Wheelers. It's not the Gold Sox. It's the High Wheelers. What the hell is that? The High Wheelers? That's a little weird. But yeah, let's see how that plays out. Again, he caught Verlander when he was with Houston. He caught Ohtani when he was with the Angels. D-Shot, he must not be that great. Yeah, he's also had some injuries, if I'm not mistaken. Injuries have kind of derailed his MLB time. But he's been around the league for a little while, so he understands what's expected of him. Toby, yeah, it says Huff is a better offensive option than Stassi. So I don't know. What does Buster Posey want? Does he want a guy is a bat first, or does he want a guy that's glove first? Now let's think about it. What is Patrick Bailey known for? Patrick Bailey is known for the glove. So you already have a defensive catcher. Do you want to go a little bit of a different way with his backup? Do you want the backup catcher to have a little bit more of a bat and a little bit less of a glove? Kind of yin and yang there, maybe? Or you think they'd rather just say, hey, let's just stay with the defense because the pitching is what's going to get us through this? Maybe. I don't know, but it's going to be interesting. I know there's a lot of hype on Sam Huff. We'll see. Of course, we're only in the very beginning of spring training, so this story is definitely going to be playing out because we're not seeing Tom Murphy for quite a while. Okay, let's see. Toby, what's up? Bailey said he put on a bunch of weight to get ready for last season. He looks more slim this year going into spring training. Maybe he finally figured out his optimal weight. Well, he's going to have to be careful because during the course of a season, you're going to lose a lot more weight. Maybe he put on weight for weight's sake rather than putting on maybe more muscle. I don't know. Honestly, I couldn't tell you what his thing was, because I remember them saying last year he was taking like these shakes that had like thousands of calories in them, and again, just to bulk up. And the problem is, yeah, you could bulk up, but is it giving you that endurance? Maybe he needed to do it a different way. We'll see, Toby, and that's going to be an interesting story to watch in the 2025 season, and how well Patrick Bailey is going to play. Look, he's always had a good first half, and it kind of, it's what it seems like with the Giants this year, right? It seems like it's going to be the story of the second half. You got Bailey, who has a good first half, but usually he gets into the second half, it fades away. The pitching last year was the same thing. Pitching started fading towards the end of the year, and that's not uncommon. But when you got young guys in the staff that have really thrown a whole big league season, that was a little bit more exacerbated, I guess. We saw it with Hicks, we saw it with Harrison, we saw it with Birdsong. It happens, man. It happens. So again, it's going to be another story of second halves. Bailey, like I said, he has a difficult time in the second half of the season. I don't know. It's gonna be. Let's see. Huff had bad luck with injury and emergency. Oh, okay. What kind of injury did Huff have? Don't tell me it's a back. Because I heard about that. I heard Huff. I guess he was a highly touted prospect for the Texas Rangers, right? There you go. Works on the bottom half. Compare his legs to. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, right. It's got to be about the legs, right? Absolutely. But yeah, Toby, if you could tell me what was Huff's injury, because I heard about that too. I just can't remember what exactly it was all about. To be honest with you, I wasn't really paying attention to him too much, because I figured, hey, Tom Murphy, man, they're paying him the big bucks. He's not going anywhere. They're going to play him. But yeah, it's interesting. Hamstring. Oh boy. All right. I always get worried about hamstrings every time. I always get worried about hamstrings. Those things never seem to just fully heal. It's like once you have a hamstring problem, it seems they always come back. Every single time. Gonzo, what's up, man? Haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing good. But this is going to be a fun story to watch. Concussions, yeah. Okay, Rick, if you're talking about Bailey, yes, he's got concussions. If I'm not mistaken, I think I read it somewhere last year when he had that concussion last year that they were saying he also had concussions when he was in college. So you got to be careful, because he had a concussion. Remember, in 2023, he had a concussion. 2024, he had a concussion. In college, he had a concussion. You got to be careful with those, man. You start messing around with too many concussions, and that will end your career real quick. Bailey's legs are not built for a catcher. Ooh, Eddie coming in. Look at Eddie. He's coming in hard. Looks pathetic. Oh, man. Woo! Damn, dude. Got some Bailey hate going on there, Eddie. But again, there's quite a bit of storylines. And look, let's talk about spring training a little bit too. And then when Glenn will pop in, I'm not sure. Like I said, he's coming back from that hockey game, so he said he had to take the bus. So we'll see what's up. A lot of storylines in spring training. What's going to happen with the rotation? Is it who's going to win that fifth spot in the rotation? We talked about that last week. Is it going to be Harrison or Birdsong? Birdsong, hey, if you want to talk Birdsong, the outing he had was pretty decent, right? Not too shabby. Again, it's practice. The Daily. What's up, man? He says he wants Huff. Yeah, I remember you talking about him. What specifically why? Just because of his bat or all around? Oh, someone dinged. Who is it?
That would be me.
Hey, what's up?
Woo! Woo!
Pretty fun, huh? Go to overtime. Solid
I
overtime.
haven't been to too many games this year, so that was an exciting night. I know that there were a few people who were pondering whether I'd be there or not. A few people pressuring me to go.
Yeah, PK, man. He was like hounding you, dude.
Yeah.
Like a stalker, man.
Is he? That's true. Is he in there now?
That is a negatory, good buddy.
He'll drop by, I'm sure.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Fun, huh? Overtime, right? Jets pulled it out 2-1.
Jets pulled the goalie and scored with 25 seconds left on a nice slap shot, and then they won it in overtime. Mark Scheifele, they've won 10 in a row at home. Sharks were that close, 25 seconds away from the win. A big upset win.
Wow.
But,
hey, Dilly, we'll get to you here in a bit. But
okay, what did I miss, buddy? What did I miss? I know everybody must be talking Giants tonight.
Yeah, we're talking about the back. Hold on, we'll get it there real quick. How did the Sharks look, though? Did they look okay?
They're young. They're young, Eric. They're
but
not
they hung in there against one of the better teams, though, right? That's what it sounds like.
Well, everybody has a good game once in a while. You know, they were okay. Jets look a little sluggish. You know, they got players back from that 4-nation tournament. It was their first game back. So anyway, it was a good night out, and I'm ready to talk some Giants. I understand.
Yeah.
Tommy, where's Tom? Tom, you out there?
Dude, you know, it's funny.
Tom's at the hospital.
I said that in the very beginning. I was like, Tom Murphy. And it's funny because, you know, I'm doing that as a joke, right? But look at this. I mean, this is weird, dude. So the guy's going to be out weeks. Has a herniated disc. Who knows how long he's going to be out? And we're sitting here talking, you know, about the two guys that might be in a running. It's going to be an interesting story. And I was just getting into this spring training. Max Stassi and Sam Huff.
Huff. Who has anybody started leaning toward who we're going with?
Well, we got Dilly. He's the first one that's telling me, hey, he likes Huff. Big ass dude with lots of power. So
I don't want to harp on it. I don't know if anybody said it in the chat. I didn't get a chance. I didn't have good Wi-Fi or anything. Not Wi-Fi, but I wasn't able to use my phone. I was going to try to catch your show coming over on the bus, and then the walk home, it's cold out. I just walked in the door, and I'm curious, has anybody actually come to the fore in our chat tonight and said, look, there's a bit of an odor surrounding Farhan Zaidi because, I mean, Farhan may be gone, but his memory still seems to linger, doesn't it?
Yeah. You remember Dan talked about it yesterday? You smell a turd and you find out your dog just laid one right in the middle of the...
Don't say that. Dude, I took me 5 extra minutes when I got home today.
The litter.
The cat decided he would take a poop on the floor on the carpet.
No.
I walked in it. So the only thing good about it was I was able to do a quick cleanup and I put some stuff on it. I'll clean it a second time. Oh my God, it's baked right into the carpet now. But at least it wasn't outdoors and I walked on it on a cool, freshly shaven grass. Because you ever walk on a dog or a cat poop outside and it gets on your shoe and oh my God, the smell when it's damp. Oh. Anyway, that was just what I needed coming home from the game.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Before we get into this, can I address this? Addison, dude, I know you, buddy. I've seen you before. I remember seeing you in Eric's chat and Hum Baby when I used to go in there all the time. Why do you think I crap on them? I don't crap on them.
Farhan?
Giants every night. I don't crap on the Giants. I'm being a little bit realistic. But I'm not. I don't come on here and just take a big ass deuce on them. That's not what I do. Addison, I said they're going to be better than they were last year. I said they're going to win 84 games, plus or minus whatever.
Speaking of that, all right, Greg has been hounding me all freaking day. He said I'm going to be tuned in. He says you better talk about the. He says you better talk about the text I'm sending you. So Eric,
I don't get it.
What happened today? Verlander went today. Didn't look too good. Verlander went today, but isn't he? He's got an oblique strain. They threw him out anyway.
I didn't see anything about an oblique strain anywhere. I looked all over. I didn't see anything about an oblique. I don't know what that is. I didn't see anything about it. But he pitched 2 innings.
And then Greg came on hard on you and I. Said you guys never get your facts straight.
Hey, I didn't. Hey, I said I couldn't find it. I don't. Hey, not me. Don't look at me, man. Not me.
And Ramos is out a week to 10 days.
Yep. Murphy is out. Fitzgerald is out so far with backs as well.
Yeah, I brought this up last night on Dan's show, or I guess it was our show too, right? We were on with Dan.
Verlander is not hurt that I have not seen. I listened to KNBR today, heard nothing about him being hurt at all.
That is so weird because I'll find it just to.
If you find it, we could put it up. And I have not seen anything about Verlander being hurt. But again, Edison, dude. Being a fan doesn't mean I have to fall hook, line, and sinker for everything that the Giants do. That's not what I do. If you want to have blind allegiance to your club, go for it. That's all on you. But don't come pointing fingers at me just because I have a different opinion. And that's all it is. And when I come here and give my opinion, I don't act like I know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm just giving my opinion, man. I could be right. I could be wrong. But the purpose of the game of baseball, is to talk about it, man. That's all it is. Period. That is it. Everyone can have their own opinion of what they feel about the club. I want the club to succeed. Period. End of story. That's it. And if I see that the club isn't doing what I think they should be doing, I'm going to make it known. Again, as a fan. That's it. If you don't agree, that's fine. If you can't handle hearing a differing opinion, I got nothing for you. I just like to come here and talk baseball. I'd like to have fun, but I also get pissed off. Hey, it's all good. Hey, no, Edison, you don't have to apologize. I'm just trying to give you my side, if you will. And look, been a fan ever since I was a kid. 100%. And here's the thing. I kind of fell into the same thing that people may be doing with Posey, with Farhan. When I saw Farhan got hired after the Giants, magical stretch there towards at the end, of course, it didn't turn out too well. I was, they're doing it. Giants are going all the way. And then I got fooled. And I was like, you know what? I'm not getting fooled again.
They pulled it down. It's gone.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I didn't see anything.
It's down. It said that Ramos is out 10 days, and it said that Verlander has an oblique strain. Now it says Ramos is out, and the Verlander.
Maybe someone fat fingered it. Who knows? All right, but okay, that's cool. Hey,
weird.
It happens, but Burrow's like, oh yeah, so then that's where I'm coming from. Trust me, guys. I do not take any pleasure coming in here and just shitting on the Giants. And that's not what I'm doing. I'm trying to have a little bit of constructive criticism. Look, am I a little bit more boisterous? I guess that's what you could say. I make my thoughts known. Sometimes it's a little bit off. Sometimes it's off the cuff, and sometimes I'm actually thinking about it. It just all depends on the situation. But ultimately, what we all want, especially those in the chat who are Giants fans, is we just want the best for the club.
I didn't see anything about Shamania today, and the story wasn't today. It was, I believe, Saturday or Sunday. It came out.
Oh shit! Manaya's got an oblique too. Oh, dude, the Mets are in a bad way. Frankie Montas has a lat. He'll be out half the season now. Sean Manaya's got an oblique. Obliques are similar to freaking hamstrings. They take forever, man.
Oh, we all know about that. Remember last year?
Oh, okay.
Remember last year, Lamont Wade and what's his name there in the outfield? Now a Dodger. They both went down. Remember that Sunday game running first base?
Yeah. No.
Oh, what's his name? Escapes me. The guy we dealt away to the Dodgers. Or not dealt away, but he signed with the Dodgers.
Conforto,
yeah. Conforto on that Sunday afternoon game running. He missed about a month and a half.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you. Obliques and hamstrings, you're out forever. Oh, yeah. Dilly says he pulled the crap out of it. Are you talking about Sean Manaea?
Yeah, but it's only Eric. We're about 8 days into training. So
that's tough, man. You can't be doing that in spring training, man. You can't be doing that. Ooh.
Yeah, they're not gonna. They're not. The Mets aren't running around looking for trades today. Just calm down.
Well, do you know what? They're going to be looking for somebody. They're out. If they're out Mania for a certain amount of time, or I should say a significant amount of time.
It could be 10 days. Could be a week, Eric.
If it's an oblique.
Let's not overreact.
An oblique.
Greg says don't overreact.
I'm just saying. Hey, absolutely. It could be a couple of weeks. It could be 2 months. With obliques and hamstrings, you cannot rush those back. You can't. Oh, really? Okay, fair. There you go, Armand. Yeah, Armand. He's our resident Met fan. Where the hell is our Yankee fans? We haven't seen them in a while. Can the Giants make? Look, I'll tell you this. This is my thought. I think the Giants win. Again, I said this: 84 wins plus or minus, either a few games ahead or above, a few games below. I don't think it's enough to make the playoffs. Okay. That being said, and then the reason why I'm saying that this is strictly based on paper. That's it. Nothing else. Just on paper. But in a baseball season, crazier things have happened. And once the season begins, you never know anything. And I said this in Greg's chat earlier. Anything can happen in baseball, or I should say during a baseball season. So could the Giants make the playoffs? Sure. Could the Rockies make the playoffs? Sure. Could the White Sox make the way? Yes, they could. I'm just by looking at the competition and seeing what the other teams have also done in the offseason. It's a guesstimation. That's all it is. That's it. Yeah, exactly, Dilly. 100%. 100%. Same thing with the hamstring. Problem is, you could take a few weeks off, feel fine, get a start, and find out you weren't fine, and it's a 60-day trip to the IL. Yeah, it could easily happen. But here we go. Let's get back in this. I mean, you were talking about the smell in the room, right? Of Farhan. I mean, yeah, it's only, and I said this, it's only $8 million, but still, that's $8 million that could have gone somewhere else. Because what have you gotten with the talk about his value out of Tom Murphy?
Dude,
like a month and a half, right?
When I heard he was out, I mean, at that point, who knows? He could be back and nobody, but he's a catcher. Eric, you're back. The strain, I mean, this could be serious. He could be out for a while.
Herniated. It's not a strain.
Yeah. Gonna have an MRI on that, I guess, tomorrow. Find out what the longevity of his sideline will be. But when I heard that news today, first thing that came to my mind, Eric, was the fact that it's money again that's just lingering out there. It's just not well spent, is it?
That's the history of Farhan. There is a lot of money not well spent. Now, there was
that's what happens when you go looking. You find a lot of turds when you're searching for diamonds, Eric.
That is what happens when you start hunting around the margins. If you're margin hunting, that's the risk you're going to take. Look, has he given out like a massive contract that's burnt? No, but he has killed the Giants with the what is that expression?
Well, 8 million, 8 million.
Death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah, 8 million, 8 million, Eric. But he keeps going out there. They got to stop going out there trying to find the diamond in the rough. And hey, we'll sign 10 guys if one of them. That shouldn't be your motto. That shouldn't be your bravado going into a season. Eric, let's sign 10 players. Maybe one of them will, show up and be good. That's right. What kind of an attitude is that?
Now, here we go. And I was asking the chat because I honestly don't know enough about these guys. I'm talking about Huff and Stassi. Stassi, I guess he's known for having the glove. He's a defensive catcher. Huff is known to have the bat.
We didn't sign Joey Bart, did we?
Could you imagine? And that's the thing. They gave up.
By Victor said, at least we have Joey Bart.
No, it's a joke.
Oh.
He's being sarcastic.
I never know what to read with these guys.
Sarcasm. But that's the thing. You gave up Joey Bart to the Pittsburgh Pirates, right? Who did a decent job with the Pittsburgh Pirates, right? He had a decent
playing time. There was an injury over there. He got some playing time.
And he did well. He could have done the same thing for the damn Giants. Because, and then this is something that I brought up too, is Edison, I see you. I would do, if depending where the Giants are at the trade deadline, 100%. But
is he a better hitter than what we've got now, a catcher? Is Bart better than Bailey at the plate?
That's a good question. I would say yes.
Me too.
Right? I would say yes. But here's the thing. you got rid of Joey Bart. You got Tom Murphy. Tom Murphy. I mean, that just didn't work out. So now we're going to have to figure out. Maybe that's why. Maybe. I see you, Victor. Hold on. I'm not going to go that far. Not yet. But burning Giants apparel. You had a chance to have Joey Bart, but he's gone. But with Bailey, how many games do you think he's going to? Last year he played 97 games. Granted, he had a stint on the IL. You're thinking at the max maybe 120.
I'm going to say that 120,
right around there. So that means you got to get 40. What is that? Yeah, about 40, 42 games out of your backup catcher. So it's going to be important to get a catcher who can take that load. And who do you want? Do you want a guy that's more of a look? And this is my thought. Maybe the Giants are leaning towards Huff. Yes, Senior. I'll get into that in a bit. The reason why you lean on Huff is because then you got your defensive catcher in Bailey, whose bat is okay. First half it's good. Second half it disappears. Maybe Huff is going to be your threat coming off the bench, and he's your yin to your yang. He doesn't quite have the defensive part down, but he's got that bat. So maybe that's where they go. I don't know, but again, it's up to what the organization wants to do.
It'd be nice if we had somebody who was adequate in all facets of the game. We got a catcher who can't hit. Oh God, but he's a great catcher. Then you got guys who he can't catch, but he can hit.
Yeah,
nice to have just a balance.
It would be nice. It'd be nice. And here's the thing too. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe that's the reason the Giants went out because remember we're like, why are they getting all these catchers? This doesn't make any sense. You've got Tom Murphy, who's supposed to come back, but you're going out there. They got a different guy from Kansas City, I think. Then they got Sam Huff. Then they got Max Stassi, and I'm like, what are they doing? I think the Giants knew that there's issues going on with Tom Murphy, and they had to make sure that they weren't left out in the.
CGI says good GMs find diamonds in the rough to fill out the roster, but signing guys in the margins as a general practice is dictated by ownership budget. Well, you know what? To be quite frank, I don't think Farhan goes out, reaching out to guys and trying to find the diamond in the rough. Just, is that, hey, look, I found one. He brings in diamonds in the rough to play every day. He's not bringing them in, these are, to him, they're not marginal players. He wants the steal. Look what I got to play every day.
You know what?
Come off the bench. And that's not work. That never worked, Derek.
No.
It didn't work.
Oh, I'll tell you what. And GI, to your point, listen to this real quick. Okay. So bring that back here. I'll get it. I like what GI said. So he goes, good GMs find diamonds in the rough to fill out the roster. Okay. That's okay. You want to do that for a few spots. I get it, but not for your entire roster. I'm being a little bit hyperbolic there, but yeah, you don't want
doing it every year in multiple positions, man.
But signing guys on the margin and is as a general practice, it's dictated by ownership and budget. So tell me this then, maybe that's the reason why they hired Farhan. Talking about ownership.
Yeah, could be.
We've talked about this, right? The ownership being cheap to a certain extent. So maybe I'm just kind of just going with what you're saying. I don't know it to be true, GI, but I'm just using your example. Maybe that's why they wanted Farhan, because the freaking ownership doesn't want to spend money. And they said, Farhan, go do what you do and try to find the bargain basement deals that you can find. And he's like, ha, ha, ha. He's loving that because that's his forte, I guess, right?
Hey, Sleepy.
So, what's up, Sleepy?
Welcome.
But there you go. I mean, it's just maybe there's something to that, GI. Maybe or maybe not.
But there've been countless over the last at least 2 or 3 years that were standouts. Look at our shortstop position, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
That was going on trying to find a diamond in the rough, wasn't it? That guy wasn't an everyday player. And to me, there's other guys, Eric. Don't forget. They got Lamont Wade Jr. from the Minnesota Twins or the Yankees? Minnesota. And they got Yastrzemski from Baltimore. They got him from the Baltimore farm system.
Correct.
They keep going out and getting these, what I call fringe players, Eric. Fringe.
No, they did.
fringe around Major League Baseball, but not in San Francisco.
Right.
And I think that it's time to pay up and put together a winning team.
That's all I want. That's all as a fan, that's all I want.
Does that narrow it down? Nails it.
That's all I want. That's all I want is just I want them to field the best team possible that they can and bring back it because they talked about it. They're talking about making memories and bringing back championships. Well, then walk the walk. You've talked the talk. I want you to walk the walk. And I understand.
And I'm excited. I'm excited about certain players in this. You know, I'm a Wilmer guy. If Wilmer has a bounce back here, that's great, right? But look, and to me, Eric, it seems like nobody is calling out the Giants in a lot of these signings. Look at Encarnacion. They get him for the Mexican League. I don't hear many people outcrying. I mean, nobody else was going to sign him, Eric. And now we're going into this season. Well, maybe he'll DH a lot. Maybe we can put him at first base or left field so he can play a whole lot. And this guy came to the minors and nobody wanted him. He came not the minors, the minors. He came from another country, Eric.
Yeah, and he did have had a cup of coffee with the Marlins, but then he went to the Mexican League. Maybe he figured something out.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
Another one.
Yeah.
Another.
I tell you what, and this is the thing. This is the beauty I love about this is the thing I love about spring training. Okay. Let's get into a little bit about spring training. And before we do anything, I always got to do this before we start talking about spring training.
Hey, before you do, I'll throw it one. Oh.
Hold on, let's go. Let's do this.
We sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice. I mean, listen, we're talking about practice.
All right, there we go. Okay.
Another guy who's on the fringe, Eric. Guys will rip me a new one for saying it a lot, but Verlander, he's a fringe signing for this organization. Eric coming in at 42, and they want him to, hey, maybe he'll recreate his magic. Come on, it's a fringe signing. Go out and get me a Corbin Burns or get me a quality starter. Come on, guys. Half of this team, half of this organization is guys who nobody else. I've said it to you, Eric. Nobody's lining up, calling. How many calls do you think every day that they field at the Giants office? I'd like to talk to you about a trade. We don't have stuff to trade because we got fringe players, Eric. And now today, a lot of talk today. Things are already in the works. The Mets are going to go after Vladdy.
Oh, of course they are.
But that's talk for another day.
You already said that. Yeah, that's talk for another day. But let's talk about this. Yeah, we're talking about spring training. Again, remember it's practice, but there's still storylines to be told here. And I love the storylines. I love hearing some of these guys. I mean, you I know you've talked about this before, Glenn. You kind of like root for the underdog. And sometimes you see that, you know. Let's see what and let's talk about the storyline. Now the storyline is there's going to be a competition for that backup catcher, a true legitimate competition. It's not because Tom Murphy was the guy because they're paying him the money, right? So there was no doubt about it. He was going to be.
Had to be.
Right. Okay. So now,
like I said, now it's the right field because they're paying him.
Right. And here we go. So we got Huff and Stassi to watch. The outfield. Is there going to be a competition? Is Matos, Luciano, are they going to battle for Yaz's spot in right field? It's possible. It's absolutely possible. Again, did you see Luciano had a nice home run today? Again, it's practice, so I don't put stock in it. Verlander gave up a home run. Okay, who cares? I mean, it's practice. So let's see what happens. I'm excited. I want to see who are the guys that are going to make it. First base, unfortunately, there is no competition. It's nice to see what Eldridge can do, just to see, hey, we're watching with our own eyes now, especially with these spring training games, because pretty soon they're going to be televised. You're hearing it on the radio. It's not just, hey, let's pull up the Sacramento River Cats box score and see how he did, right? It's not, now it's more in your face. Hey, let's see what Joey Bart. Oh, what's up, Joey? Joey's in the chat, but
come on, Val. I got to respond because you keep putting in the same, copy and pasting the same stuff over and over and over till I respond. Verlander is a Hall of Famer, Glenn. Put some respect on his name. Eric, I do not have to sit here. Hey, I don't mind pulling a punch and saying, Eric, I was a hell of a hockey player. I could put the biscuit in the basket. I could drop the gloves.
You could put
But I ain't going out there doing it the same today, Eric. What is this? Well, he was great. He's a Hall of Famer. Then put him in the Hall of Fame and move on from this 42-year-old pitching crap. Why, Val, do I have to go, well, I'm worried about this signing. But Eric, he's had a hell of a career. Why do I have to take that path, Eric? Do you take that path? Are you going down that yellow brick road with me?
I'm having chest pain.
I'm getting wound up. Just getting going.
Oh man, this is funny. But
those hot dogs are going to be hard on me later. I had 2 hot dogs.
Look, I respect Justin Verlander as the player. Yes, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. Buster Posey is going to be a Hall of Famer, right? What this doesn't do, it does not exclude them from being, quote unquote, scrutinized to a certain extent, right? At this particular time in his career, he is not at the height of his powers, right? Could he have let's say a decent season? Sure, he could. Could he have an absolute tank of? Yes, he could. He's 42 years old. And there's a big giant question mark that is going to be surrounding Justin Verlander for the season. We just don't know. What my issue is that I wanted the Giants to actually go out there and get a bona fide starter, a bona fide 1 or 2 to fortify the rotation. If you could have gotten 2, that's even better. But it's just, I understand that Verlander has a resume. That's it. And that's it. And that's fine. He's going to have his day in the sun. There's no doubt about it. For me, as a San Francisco Giants fan, he's a stopgap. That's all he is. He is a stopgap. That's it. Period. End of period. Stop.
Joshua, you're not far off. At this rate, we might as well scout the California Penal League. You know what? That's where the Montreal Expos found Ron LaFleur. They got him at a prison.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Was a speedster. Good ball player.
Yep.
The Expos. See, when a team finds a lane, Eric, I grew up a Montreal Expo pretty strong fan because every game was on the radio and every game was televised. And I grew up in the market, right? So I was inundated with Expos content. The Expos always, Eric, they had Ron LaFleur. What was he known for? Speed, man. He had speed. Steal it, run with it. And then they had Rodney Scott. What was he known for? He had those legs. He had speed. And then along came a young man named Tim Raines.
Tim Raines.
Need I say more? Get speed in the leadoff spot. The Giants have speed there. And then they got, Jesus Christ, they got Soler there. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason to this organization, Eric. Signing 42-year-old pitchers. Let me leave you with this thought here. Signing a 42-year-old pitcher, literally within a week of saying, God, we're really excited about our young pitching.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, it doesn't add up. I agree. And I've said that. I don't like it. It was all the indications were that the Giants were going to land freaking Corbin Burns, right? Everyone was, hey, I said it. It's an inevitability. You got Willie Adames, who used to play behind him. You got the players going out there recruiting him. Buster Posey talking about how great it would have to have him. You miss out on him, and literally within a couple of days after that, you signed for Justin Verlander. And it just seemed, and like you said, and the thing is, and that was after they missed on Corbin Burns, then they said, we're not looking at the starting rotation. Remember? We're not looking at upgrading the starting rotation. We have confidence in our young arms. Buster Posey actually said that after they missed out on Corbin Burns.
Do you think that was a panic signing?
Yes, I do. Yeah. I could be wrong. Look, again, it's just my opinion. I think it was a panic. Absolutely. But the weird thing is, like I said, is when Buster Posey, after missing on Burns, said they got confidence in his young guys. We're not looking at the starting pitcher, and maybe it was a misdirection just to get people. But look, a misdirection I could get if you're going to get someone of the Corbin Burns ilk. There's no misdirection for getting a Verlander, right? Nobody was paying Verlander going to $15 million, right? And the only reason why Scherzer got 15 is because the Giants decided to spend 15 million.
Yeah. Did you hear his name come up at all, Eric? Who was that? Nobody was talking about Verlander.
Oh, nobody. They even
Nobody.
said in an interview he wasn't even San Francisco wasn't even on his radar.
I think he's talking a big game, keeping his mouth pretty tight,
Of course,
and just taking the money and running.
Yes, you don't want to burn bridges. That's what it is. You don't want to burn bridges.
Oh, I'm happy to be here. No, you're just happy every payday. That's what you're happy about.
Oh, Oil Can Boyd. Remember Oil Can Boyd?
Yeah, he pitched briefly with the Expos.
Yep. But what other thing? The pitching.
Well, I wouldn't say this is to Posey's defense. He technically, so I would say that's a problem. That's his defense. He didn't upgrade, but he didn't. We lost Snell. I'll always say it. We lost Snell and we got a 42-year-old, and this just does not jive for me.
Gotcha.
It just doesn't.
But I think.
But like Green says, he's a baseball fanatic. Rain or shine, win or lose. The Giants have a good squad, and it's gonna be a fun year.
That's going to be fun. That's fine. I mean,
Year.
look, it's going to be baseball's fun. Let's see how it plays out. We don't know. Look, we could be right. Greg could be right. We could all be wrong. We don't know until the game starts playing. Again, it's all going to once March. What is it? March 27th is when the first game. Once the season begins, then we could start having a little bit better understanding where the direction of the team.
Joey, I want to respond to this. Joey Bart, or whoever you are. Taxes and location of the ballpark, very serious issues. I call bullshit. We're in the tourist, we're on the cusp of that tourist destination, Eric, in San Francisco.
Bastard.
Yeah, I'm coming. Well, the ballpark is in a great location. Do you think my neighborhood's great? You came for a walk down my neighborhood, Eric. You saw my condo. Everything's great. I love it there. What's wrong with that area? Why are you shitting on where I live, Joey? And this, well, people don't want to come here because of taxes. I don't see the freaking LA Dodgers who are in California having problems and the San Diego Padres having problems signing players.
How about the Golden State Warriors? How about the San Francisco 49ers?
Yeah. I'm tired of the.
I don't go with the tax stuff. I don't go with this tax stuff.
Excuses.
I don't go with the taxes. That one, you lose me on the taxes. Location of the park. Look, there are certain people, especially for hitters. The location of the park is going to be more. It could, right? It could. I mean, that plays a factor. When you,
I think they're talking about the location. They're talking about reasons why the players won't sign with the Giants. They won't go there because of the location. Oh, it's a bad neighborhood. It's not a bad neighborhood.
No, it's not bad.
And you know what? Everybody who says this, everybody who comes up with these excuses, Eric, I'm tired of it because everybody who comes up with this excuse are people who don't live in the goddamn neighborhood.
Look.
It's okay to say nobody wants to go to California when you live in like Arizona or you live in Pittsburgh or wherever you're at. You can't make excuses because you're not in the fire.
Every big city has their issues, period. Now, if you want to talk about weather, okay, yeah, certain parks have better weather than other parks. Yeah. Absolutely. But as far as big city problems, every big city has big city problems, period. Hey, real quick, guys. As soon as we finish up here, I am going to go live on Military History Chronicles at 9:30. It's going to be interesting. We'll just leave it there. It's going to be interesting. So if you guys want to check out Military History Chronicles at 9:30, go check me out over there.
The Giants can't sign anybody because of taxes, location. But the Dodgers, they can spend money and sign players. Yeah, the Giants can do it. There's no more. You know what? Enough with those excuses.
Yep.
I'm sick of that, Eric. I'm sick of it.
I know.
Sick of
it. Hey, thanks, Val. Thanks, Rick. It's gonna be an interesting one. Just so you know, guys.
It's gonna be epic.
It may. We'll see. I'm gonna do my best to. Hey, Graham, what is up? Me and Graham, man, we go back and forth to the wee hours of the damn morning, man. Oh my gosh, man.
And Eric's going to call a spade, I'm sure, over there on Military History Chronicles, as he usually does. So if you're a little timid about, dealing with certain situations,
yeah, just
right?
You want answers? You can't handle the truth.
Some people can't.
Oh man. I didn't say what it just all you got to do is take a look at the thumbnail and the description, and it will tell you everything you need to know. I'm not going to get into it here. There's just not going to even deal with it.
So check it out. Should be interesting. It's going to be entertaining. Are you not entertained multiply tonight?
Yeah, it's going to be something. Oh, hey.
There he is. There he is.
Who? Oh, jeez.
You wouldn't find where I was sitting at because the cameras don't point up that high. Did you watch the game there, OG? Because it is a madhouse. Man, the fans, it's an electric hockey city. Everywhere in Canada. Edmonton, Calgary, Vancouver, Toronto, Ottawa, all these cities, Winnipeg. Hockey is, it's lights out down there. Everybody with a jersey on, and the atmosphere is so. I go to Sharks games, of course, in the Bay. We'll take a drive up. We go to probably 10, 12 games a year, Eric. Not the same. Not the same.
Really?
No. Hey, if you guys weren't with us last night, Sunday nights have become kind of epic as well.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Giants Sports Talk Live teaming up with NorCal.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, man. Great topic last night, man. It was a good one.
Yeah.
What's up, Robert? Oh,
Lou,
yeah.
Lou's been surprising me.
Forgot all about that. On Saturday, man, me and Ibrahim, we met up with Robbie over in Elk Grove. Went and watched some junior college baseball. Man, it was a freaking great game, dude. Oh, my gosh. Unfortunately, the West Valley Vikings couldn't pull it out. They had the lead 6-3 going into the eighth inning, and in the eighth inning, a bunch of errors, like 3 errors. Next thing you know, it was 6-3. It had turned into 9-6.
Good day out. You said you were getting some nice weather on the weekend.
Oh, it was beautiful, man. Oh my God, beautiful day. But yeah, it was a great time, man.
You know what, Val? Canada is pretty laid back. You call it boring. It's pretty laid back here, and I love it. I go back to the Bay Area, and you go back. It's the political landscape and the shenanigans you got to deal with. Dude, living here. I'm up with my daughter right now, who's still in school. And something to be said about being up here, man.
Nice.
Pretty nice up here.
Oh, and by the way, just so you guys know, everybody has paid for baseball fantasy.
We're ready to go.
We are ready to go, baby. March 14th.
I love it. I love it when you know what? That's why everybody says, I hate Ohtani. You know why you hate Morrissey? Because the kid's good. Played on the 4-nation winning Canada club along with the goaltender, Eric, who was in nets tonight.
I've seen that fish before.
Oh, that was great, wasn't it?
Load up in the Cordova. We're going bowling.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a lot of fun, man. Man, that was fun. Get right up on there. They had for being a junior college, they had a hell of a field, man. Jeez, man. Brickwork. I mean, it was like, what? Man, now I know where all my freaking money goes.
Dude, I want to give out just one of them.
Attack. Near side of Cooners. He shoots and scores a rocket slapper from the right wing dot, and the Penguins make it 2-1. I've seen that fish before. Chris
I love it. Oh, dude. See, you can have a crappy team, Eric, but if you got a great broadcasting crew.
Oh, I know, right? 100%.
Like this old fella.
Getting a whole lot of playing time. Forced it back in front of Savai. At the line, Oceanic Briere with a burst of speed. Cuts up on the right side. Moves it on goal. Jams it in on Fleury. Stopped it. Briere was cruising into the goal mouth area. Shot kicked away. Best legs in count. Marc-Andre Fleury. But don't tell him I said that. As he kicks it away, the Eagles are able to clear it down the ice once again. Here the Oceanic with a burst of speed. Up on the right.
There you go, man.
Those are those are the good old days, Eric. I still do the odd game here and there. I'm what you would call a freelancer.
Freelancer.
And then they call me once in a while. Would you cover, I covered the playoffs 2 seasons ago, Boston and Toronto. They flew me back and forth. It went, 7 games. So I went back and forth, Boston, Toronto. And all I had to do was go on the morning show, do reports in the evening. After 2 periods of play here in Boston, the Bruins have a 2-1 edge over the Toronto Maple Leafs in game number 6, blah, 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 blah. Easy gig, and you get to watch some hockey, Eric. I love it.
There you go. It says you need to get back into calling games. You're great.
Thanks, Tom. Yeah, you know what?
Tough on the body, though, right? Tough on the body.
Yeah, I did it for 18 years. A long stretch, man.
Yeah, I'm guessing if you're
with
the
NHL,
I'll
tell you one thing. Right? I'll tell you one thing. And if anyone in the chat or this program or anyone who's tuned into Giant Sports Talk Live can feel for a Tom Murphy, dude, it's me.
Bad back.
Neck. My neck's so bad. My arms. Oh, dude.
Neuropathy.
You've seen my neck.
Yeah.
I showed you my neck.
Yeah,
it's almost like flat. I got the steel rods, 4 rods in there. I got the screws and the pins, and it's nasty, man. The pain, I'm in pain every day and will be the rest of my life.
Yeah, I know, man. Mine's not in my neck. Mine's in my lower back. I know what you're talking about, man.
Oh, those lower back ones are even worse. Well, I'm not saying mine's not bad. You get them in the lower back area, Eric, down around the belt level. Those, when they come on and you get those twinges, dude, they can be nasty. Right at a left field. You start your day, you're having a good day, you go to work, you sit down, and it's like, dude,
soon as I feel that electricity, I'm like, I'm fucked. Yeah. I'm fucked.
And all you can do is you take a painkiller, and it takes time. It wears off, right?
Yeah. You just try to calm down the swelling as much as you can, the inflammation.
Oh, my neck is a mess. We got to get some fresh material.
Yeah, I know, right?
But they're pretty good.
We have way too much damn fun.
I know.
Snotty little bastard.
Yeah. Oh, you know what we haven't done yet? There's one we haven't done, and we already talked about him.
Well, before you do anything, let's just close out, first of all, the topic of the day. I came in a little late.
Yeah.
Have we leaned one way or the other? Who should be the backup catcher?
I only seen one person, Dilly, coming in strong, talking about
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. See,
to be honest with you, I mean, it's just I don't know. I think I tell you what, it's a little bit early because we're only in the beginning of the spring training. I think as the story unfolds here, let's talk about it in another 2 weeks or so, and then maybe we could have a better understanding of what's going on with the backup. Huff,
I love it. I should take the taper. I should pull a Chardal and take the tape recorder out to the ballpark and call it.
You know what? Hey, I tell you what. How about
I'll call an inning. Fly ball deep right field. That ball has a chance. It's going, and it's gone. It's in the drink. It's out of here. It's in the water. Holy smoke. It's bobbing around out there. There's a fight for the ball. The Giants lead 1-0. Holy cow.
Here we go. I'll put a poll out there before we get out of here.
The Road Runner.
The Road Runner. Big game.
No, big play, Stuart McRae.
Oh, big play.
And the Wrecking Ball. And the Rattlesnake, Max Lassard. Yep, they all had a name.
All right, there we go.
And there was a guy named Noel, Dominic Noel. Everybody says, oh, you should have something Christmassy. And all I do is every time, he was one of our big goal scorers, him and Big Play. When Dominic scored, Noel, yes! Yeah. I had a lot of fun. Tom, hey, Tom, is that you? Hey, Tommy.
McCovey Cove still hasn't given the splash hit back to Ramos. Imagine that.
McCovey Cove Dave.
Wow. Got 11 votes. Huff is taking it away right now, man.
Yeah. All right. I just didn't know if we kind of took one lane or the other on that. But maybe this will just create a situation where the Giants just go with Bailey a whole lot more than they expected. Play him. Just play him.
Yeah.
Let him work on his hitting.
Well, the thing is he's going to have to take days off, period. I mean, And if you notice, the last 2 years that he's played, he's had at least one concussion each year. And
when do you panic? When do you panic, Eric? All right. Last year it was Yaz. Yaz went 30 days. Everybody said, the manager, just got to let him play himself out of it. Jesus, he's batting 180. How long is it going to take to play? So if we go into this season and we're getting no production from the catcher at the plate, when do you go, I'm concerned, or do you just go, it's not what I really want?
The first month, the first month I give a lot of leeway. If you're still showing the same stuff by the middle of May, like if it's not improving, then it's starting to raise some flags for me. Because you can't get back. And then look, a lot of people say that you cannot win the pennant right in April, but you can lose it. You get buried, man. It makes it stay 500. Look, if you could stay at 500 in those first 2 months, I'll be happy. I'll be happy because you're not burying yourself, but you're going to have to start showing something in June. You got to start putting something together to show that you guys got what it takes to make an actual run. But if you're below 500,
yeah. OG doesn't always want to talk hockey. He has a question. He says, you guys are ignoring my question. What do you guys think of trading for a guy like Wilson Contreras, a guy who's not even catching right now? I still say that, you're looking for a fringe type player, right?
Wilson
Contreras, good player, great player. Wait, let's just get a guy.
Hold on. Isn't Wilson Contreras the Brewers? Isn't that the Brewers catcher? Wilson? Am I wrong? I think I'm not. Let me see. Let me make sure.
Right.
No, no, my bad.
No, Wilson.
That's okay. Yeah, no.
Club, then Cardinal.
I'm thinking of the Brewers catcher.
I like developing your own.
He's got a lot of money on the books, doesn't he?
But develop your own catcher. Develop a good one.
Willem. Cardinals.
All the great catchers over the years have come from internal development. Really.
Let me see what his contract.
Johnny Benches.
Didn't the
Pudges.
The Cardinals, I think, spent a lot of money on him, didn't it? How much money does he have here? He's the third one down. 18 million for the next 3 years. I'll pass.
You're not going to be panicking when Wilmer belts all those doubles this year. Come on.
I will pass. 18 million a year for the next 3 years. Yeah, see that, Dan? We got Joey Bart was in here earlier. Tom Murphy.
I kind of put the run on Joey, though. But Joey was coming in hard, said California teams can't sign players. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about, man? Then Joey ran away. Yeah. Joey.
I think Wilson, he's the one that got his arm, bro. Remember? On the swing? The guy was coming through with a swing and it hit his arm and he broke his forearm last year. Wilson Contreras. Oh, that was ugly.
Wilson Contreras. That name. That just rings of a dilly pick in the pool. Fantasy league. Wilson Contreras. It just rings.
Oh man, I cannot wait, dude. This is going to be so much freaking fun. Hey, you gave me props last night, huh?
You're right.
Giants farm has no catching depth. You're right.
Yeah. And I just said, you got to develop a good catcher. All the great catchers over the years who come up through a system and been that star for years.
Nope.
We've had players do it in other positions, and we've been rather fortunate, Eric, to have a shortstop for 10, 12 years that we developed.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't have a lot of developmental players, do we?
Doesn't seem that way.
For years. I mean, we got some up there now who've come through the system, but there have been very few players who we've developed, came up, played a decade with the team.
You know, and then I'm kind of putting the cart ahead of the horse, but you know what I'm excited about? I'm excited about the draft. I want to see what Buster Posey does on the draft and who they decide to go after. That's going to be.
Oh, I thought you meant Dan's draft. Oh, okay.
No. I'm talking about the MLB draft.
Let's not worry about that for a while.
But it's going to be key because this is what Posey's been talking about, right?
Yeah, but it's not fair you're talking about drafting, Eric. Drafting. then we don't even have. So they do the draft, and you and I review it in about 5 years. You don't do the draft and know what you got the next year.
All you could go on is just what they.
I mean, well, then look at what we got. We got Tibbs, Wisenhunt. I mean, we know what we drafted, but are they going to be successful?
Don't know.
Time.
What I mean by that is more. What are they going to focus on? Are they going to focus on a bat? Are they going to focus on an arm? They kind of have to do both. Because,
I think they should go into this draft, Eric. Here's my thinking: draft all pitching, the whole draft. Just pick pitchers.
They did that like 3 drafts ago. It was all pitchers. All
really?
Pitchers.
You're making that up.
No, I'm not.
Nose throwing? No.
They did. They drafted all pitchers. Seriously, it was like 15 picks worth of pitchers. I think it was in 22 or 23. I can't remember which one. But
well, maybe they got too many throwers and not pitchers.
We lose the 2nd and 5th round pick, something like that, or 4th round. We lose the 2nd round pick because you signed Willie Adames. 2 picks, actually. You lose 2 picks.
Had to be done.
Oh, no, I understand.
Had to be done. Again, we were lucky. We spent over 10 years, over a decade, and that position was solidified. And you know what, Eric? True. And to the same respect, people talked to me about in the chat earlier, beefing about me kind of putting down Verlander. Mm-hmm. Well, he was an all-star, Glenn. He's a Hall of Famer. I don't care. It's what you're going to do this year.
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
Well, we'll see if he makes it out of camp first, yeah. But that last year, poor guy, that last season with Crawford at short, Eric, oh, God, it was getting embarrassing.
That was tough.
And that's, again, and then he came back with the Cards. It didn't pan out. You got to know
when to hang him up.
Right off into the sunset, man. Yeah. And then people will remember, if you don't, people are going to remember you for what you weren't as much as what you were. Mm. Yeah. He could not get a hit to save his life that last season, man.
Right.
Anyway, I was a big fan. I like Crawford.
Yeah.
Dude, Crawford. I mean,
had a lot of big plays, man. Remember the freaking grand slam in Pittsburgh? Yeah. Turned that double play against Kansas City.
Was that the one with Joe Panic?
Joe Panic broke his belt diving for it.
There's another guy. Panic wasn't a bad second baseman, dude.
No, he was good. But guess what did him in? Guess what did him in? A bad back. Did him in.
Yeah, he went to Toronto, and he had a couple of years in Toronto. Maybe 2.
I can't remember.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right, ready to close it down. I gotta go. I'm
having a great time tonight. You got military history coming up in 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna get going, man. It's time to.
You know what, Tom Murphy, you've been around the game a long time. You know, Crawford did exactly what we Giant fans want: create memories. He certainly did. He left us with a lasting legacy, Eric. He really did. And Val, I'm going to put you in a timeout if you keep crapping on Wilmer Flores. I see a fuck Wilmer. Well, I don't take that lightly. I haven't got the trigger finger tonight, Eric, or it would be over right now.
Oh.
So Val doesn't like Canada, doesn't like hockey. We can't sign any players because we're in California. He doesn't like Wilmer.
No, he didn't say that. No. That was.
Is Val a guy or a girl?
Guy.
Valerie Ramos?
I don't think so. No.
You don't know? I thought Val was I've been watching this show and the Dan show for years. I thought Val was a girl.
I have no idea.
Well, there you go.
No, see, he loves hockey.
She loves hockey. Oh, well, there you go. OG's my boy. OG loves hockey. See? OG and I, see it, OG. We don't have to get along, OG. But we got, commonality between us. And I couldn't forget that tonight was the Jets and Sharks.
Oh, you weren't forgetting that.
OG reminded me for the last every show. Even if he couldn't make it in, just pop it in to remind you. See you next week. Gone. Yep. And of course, I can only say, with the utmost respect before we sign off, Eric, you know who I thought about this will scare you. You know who I was thinking about at the game over at the MTS? I call it the MTS Center, just down the road here. I was thinking of Charlotte tonight.
Charlotte, huh?
Why was I thinking of Charlotte? Charlotte's been on my mind all day. Why? The Sharks and the Jets. And he brought to our attention. What did he bring to our attention, Eric?
West Side Story, baby.
Oh my God! He's in the house. See, you mentioned Charlotte. Poof. He's like the genie in the Magic Lantern, but I don't want 3 wishes. I'm just gonna say goodnight. I'm looking forward to Military History Chronicles tonight, Eric. I'll be.
Oh, it's gonna be something.
You don't see my chats, but that's okay. I'll be there in spirit.
I think I saw. No, I think you came in the other day on Giant Sports Talk Live, and I was able to see you. I think the last one that I did, or one before that, something like that.
Okay.
All right, guys. If you guys want to come listen to Military History Chronicles, I'm getting ready to go over there here shortly. So, should be.
Let's sign out. On the way out, Senior wants. We've gone through all the sound effects. He wants to sign out tonight. A little weightlifting, Eric. See you tomorrow night at 8.
All right, hold on. Someone wants the link. While I'm playing this, I'll get the link.
I ain't as good as I once was, but I was good as I ever was. Man, you know I can't.
5 times. And they got to be full.
Oh, shit. Hell no. Get this shit.
Dan, are you working out at the gym? You guys' arms remind me of Dan.
Oh man. Let's get the hell out of here. All right, guys. If you're so inclined, I'll see you over at MHC. If not, we'll see you guys.
I'll see you.
Oh, yeah, we got to talk. I don't think there'll be a show tomorrow. I will tell you why in the green room.
Okay.
All right.
Maybe I'll pop on for a while.
All righty, cool.
I'll pop on and pop off tomorrow night.
There you go. Just be nice. All right, guys. We will see you over on MHC. All right, guys. Be nice, and we'll see you. Woo!
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.